This is Builddaburg Group First Reaction, where fan opinion matters the most. I'm your host, Forever B, along with my co-host, Prince Lawyer. In today's episode, we'll be giving our first reaction to the beef between 50 Cent and T.I. This beef has sparked attention on social media and been buzzing all over the internet. So we will give our reaction to this topic. If you haven't, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So now we want to proceed with today's discussion. So I don't know if you noticing and have been hearing about the beef that been going on between Ti and 50 Cent. Been a lot of things going back and forth about that at this time. So we're gonna kind of discuss some of that, the whole situation with the beef and everything that's taking on with that at this time. Um, I'm pretty sure you saw some of that going on out there as well, my brother.
True indeed. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
and, I've been seeing kind of like if different people been getting involved. I've been seeing some of his family members been kind of getting in there, um, involved with the situation with 50 and him going back and forth saying some things about T.I. wife Tiny, and the whole thing there. And I'm still trying to figure out a little bit about what's going on with 50 Cent, and him going back and forth with so many different celebrities and different people out there in the industry. It make me wonder, every week it seems like he has a beef with somebody
Mm-hmm.
about something. In this latest situation, it started to ride from Ti being on, I want to say Shannon Sharp, maybe one of those other podcasters out there, and he was speaking about a verse, doing verses, and he said he wanted to do a verses against 50. The verse that he thought maybe more suitable for him would be a verse with 50 Cent. Looking at his catalog as well as his, he thought it might be a good verses, and 50 must have not liked or didn't take, well to Ti making that statement. And he returns, come back out and start speaking about the man being a snitch. Even going on and speaking about the brother's wife. He made a post about his wife, um, making fun of her and things of that sort. So kind of interesting to see that the man comes at him with a proposal to do a verses, and he goes to the point of calling him a snitch. And like one thing, maybe him to call Ti a snitch because him and Ti may have the confrontation, but then to drag his wife in it. I thought that was a bit below
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
belt, so to speak. You
Mm-hmm.
know, how you feel about that situation? But I'm sure you seen it as well.
True indeed. Um, you know, I'm like you, brother. I'm kind of concerned about 50 Cent in one way because it's looking like he has some issues, inside of his mind. You know what I mean? We know that his mother was taken from him when he was younger by the streets, and so that means he was boiling her, and she also was, from my understanding, a dealer. In the street, she was getting money. So that's kind of, I think that's what got him in that mind state. Kind of, it's like he kind of get to the point where if Ti called him out for a beef for a versus,
Right,
what would make him shoot at time?
right,
That doesn't add up
right,
because because for one, that's supposed to be sportsmanship, so to speak. It's just like a
right,
boxing match.
right,
When Carissa and French Cruz, when they got in the ring, they didn't go at each other mothers or boyfriends or friends. No, it's a fight about them. So if
right,
Ti called you out for a versus, you saying you're a
right,
rapper, then it shouldn't have been no issue with you just
right,
having a verse with it. if you didn't want to have a verse, then you could have easily called him up on the back end. You could have got in touch with him and just let him know that, man, I don't really want to verse you, brother. I don't think
Right,
I can beat you. And I'm pretty positive Ti would have saluted you and told you, well,
right,
we'll leave it alone and I go somebody else. I respect you. I don't think Ti would have went out there and said nothing about you calling him stopping it. I really don't.
right,
You know what
right,
I mean? So I look at that as a is an egotistical thing, and I also look at it just it's kind of it's. I mean that's what you want to call for one diverting from your responsibility. As a man, if you're saying you're a great rapper, then I mean, some of your
right.
songs, some of your songs, Many Men.
That's right.
If I listen to the song Many Men, that make me feel like you're supposed to be prepared for a rap battle from anybody.
Right.
If you, I mean, that's the vibe I get from that kind of song. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? So I'm looking at your songs, the Ghetto Quran, and all these songs you got, and you ain't
Right.
got no problem. Saying you don't got no problem mentioning everybody's name. But then when
Mm-hmm.
somebody asks you for let's have a little version, then and you run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about your skills.
Right.
Maybe somebody been writing your stuff for you.
Mm.
Maybe you really ain't that good. Maybe
Mm.
use a studio gangster.
Mm.
You know, I mean, that's the way it's looking, man. It ain't looking good for you. You might think it's looking good for you by by
Mm-hmm.
pr- by shooting at the man or wife. You may think that's looking good, but you getting a bad reaction from the people, man.
Right. Fact. Fact.
You getting a bad reaction, man.
Absolutely.
Where this gonna
Most
go?
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
The then you got to they won't have to ask the question, what is his real motive behind these things in which he's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like we spoke earlier, you constantly have a beef or something to say about someone every week. You know, maybe someone have a confrontation or confliction with somebody every now and then, but you
Mm-hmm.
have confrontation with someone every week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to the point now where you even getting disrespectful. And if you speak about it, may be some type of spiritual enslavement and psychological behavior patterns that he got going on there within the thing that went on with his mom and how he feel about women. Maybe he want people to feel the same way he feel because he don't have a mother, so he's willing to tear down everyone else's mother or someone else's mother in some form to make himself feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Because what he did to Ti and by dragging his wife into that and making fun of her and saying some of the things he has said about her, where this time is the things he been said in the past, will make you wonder what type of individual is he. And again, the woman didn't say anything to you. It was, like you say, a regular beef between you and another man who really just challenged you in a what we refer to the rap verses. And you went to the point of calling the man out his name and calling his wife out and saying things like you said that was be totally against what your reputation is and who you say that you are. Now, if it
Mm-hmm.
was somebody that we know that never called out anyone, is pretty much has always been humble in the game, then we could say, okay, he don't want no issues with that.
Mm-hmm.
But you are a guy that asks for conflictions and you ask for confrontation at all costs
Mm-hmm.
in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you would think that a rap versus in a battle in that respect would be something you would be for.
Mm-hmm.
That fit your quality. Like you say, when you start talking about many men, when you talk about death upon individuals and the magnitude of what you're saying into that song, this ain't no disrespect. This ain't no humble young man.
Mm-hmm.
50 is not someone that we would think that wouldn't be up for the challenge. He
Mhm.
challenged everyone.
Mhm.
But now in this case, the guy come to you and ask you about this situation here, and now to the point where you start calling him a snitch, and even going to the point of throwing his family into it.
Mhm.
So it makes you wonder what his motive is and what he's actually dealing with, from a psychological perspective.
Mhm.
You know, because it seems like he has some other issues that's going on there. You
Mhm.
know, I never saw a guy that has something to say about everybody else's business, but really say anything about his own.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm.
So, and I honestly think that he's other things that he got involved, and maybe some people that's pushing him in some respect to go against some of these individuals in the industry and the things that he, because some of it just don't seem like it's accurate to what would a real beef be about. Most of the time, a real beef is somebody did something to you personally on a level where you constantly just attacking them.
Mhm.
But just to be finding issues with other people have a own situation, and for you to just put yourself into it,
Mhm.
you maybe this is being done purposely. You
Mhm.
know, and we've been seeing him do a lot of different things in the industry of lately. So who knows whether he's now being pushed a certain direction, or he's working through a certain motive for a certain agendas that goes on inside of the industries. You know, but for you to attack everybody, that's saying a lot about you and your character, and what your stance could be as a whole. Just I don't know, brother. Maybe you could
Mhm.
figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. It's a tough one to figure out. I mean, I I ain't gonna say it's a tough one to figure out. I'm gonna say it gotta be one thing we know is involved is it's some cowardice.
Mhm.
It's some cowardice behavior involved in it. That's one thing we know for sure is involved in it. Because
Yeah.
if I'm a rapper and you ask me to battle, and if I start pitching a temper tantrum
Hmm.
and start talking about everything other, then that let me know that let me know for one, you don't want to rap battle me because we ain't talking about all that over there. We talking about no stick to the
Right.
subject. We talking about rapping.
That's right.
Do you want to have a versus? And
Hmm.
from all the movies I done seen, he got some intelligence, so he ain't slow like he don't understand what that means.
Right.
So you diverting from the question, and then you coming back reflecting with some negative energy towards my wife. I
No
mean,
question,
who
man.
does that, man? That's a low blow, and that's somebody who definitely scared of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, like you said, what you hide behind, and what's your motive? Cause I never, it's like he throwing rocks and picking and choosing your battle, so to speak.
Right.
You pick and choosing, and a lot of these battles you choosing is women. And then
Mm-hmm.
like he did with Carissa Shields.
Right.
She won't
That's
bother
right.
nobody. He shot at her, but look, she just won again.
See. Mm-hmm.
She just
That's
won
right.
again. But
Mm-hmm.
she ain't running from her battle. She's stepping in the ring, going blow for blow with her. So now who really can say who? Who really can tell? It seems like to me she more of a man than he is. Cause he won't even step in the ring with a microphone. She stepped in the
Excuse me.
ring with real fish.
No
But
doubt.
you have
Absolutely.
you have the audacity to talk about my sister when you scared to step to a microphone.
Yeah, no question. It's
That
some.
that's
It's
that's
some.
some low. Yeah, that's low.
Right. Yeah, no
That's
question.
low, man. That's low. That's low. And it
See.
seems like it's almost like I'm like you, brother. It's like somebody pushing him to disrupt the culture.
Mm-hmm.
It, it,
Sir.
it, it it's getting to the point where it used to be kind of funny, so to speak, when he was shooting at everybody. At one time it was
Right.
funny. I gotta
Right.
admit, at one time it was
Right.
funny,
Right.
but it's getting old, Curtis.
Yes, sir.
Curtis, if you see
No
me right
doubt.
now, brother, it's
Yes,
getting
sir.
old.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's getting old, and I'm about to say the fat lady is about the same.
No doubt.
Yeah, I think the fat lady is doing her vocal cords like this here, cause I think she about ready to sing. You
Definitely.
know, yeah,
Definitely.
because you doing some unmanly things, man. You producing yourself like a female, man. You showing some female characteristics, man, and that ain't cool, man. You
No,
know, you
not
need
come
to
from the
step up to
male.
the plate, man. Nah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Not to mention, Tiny, come on now. Tiny, her name speaks for itself.
No question. That's
She
right.
ain't but she ain't but 3 feet 8.
Yeah, no question, my brother.
The woman ain't
Right.
no bigger than I mean, that when I talk about the smallest woman and her voice even tiny. That's the smallest woman, her voice even tiny, man. Her voice so small, it's just like she is a small little woman. And every time you see Tiny, I don't know her personally,
Right.
but I know she don't be bothering people.
That's right.
I ain't never
She
seen
humble.
Yeah, I ain't never seen her in no beef with nobody.
Right.
I ain't never
That's
seen her on no
exactly
internet going back and forth with nobody. Never. Only thing I see her doing is dealing with her kids and her grandkids, man, and with Ti. That's
that's
it.
right.
That's it.
And you would think that by the fact that she's in the industry as well, and she's also has a name, and she falls in some aspect of a celebrity status, you would think that he had enough respect for her not to even do that to her. Disregard Ti, that being his wife. What about the respect that she deserves just for who she is? You
Mm-hmm.
know, you say it's like the brother don't really have no care, or he don't really look at no one else's situation, and then he expect everybody else to somewhat fall in line with what he's saying and how he feel about it. And we all supposed to cater to that.
Mm-hmm.
Not recognize that you're disrespecting someone's mother, or you disrespecting, one of our sisters, you
Uh-huh.
know, and you disrespecting another brother, wife, and children in that respect, you
Mm-hmm.
know, simply because the man called you out for verses,
Mm-hmm.
and you took it to that point, to where you were going that low and speak against them in that way. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's something more going on with this brother. He just had a situation with Jim Jones that we know. You been had those issues with those brothers and what's going on with them. Really ain't your business, but it's your business. But like we say, every week you find something to get involved with in reference to someone else. And you're always going against someone outside of our culture, but you never see him go at any other people or any other race,
Mm-hmm.
or strictly attack his own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which make me think that he's dealing with some type of self hatred for himself. And things that he got going on. But you would think that you get to a certain point of success and you gain some types of wealth, you will start to gain some happiness and you will start to see a peace start to come over a person. And they will start living in a more peaceful way.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like he's getting older, he's getting bitter and stuck in his ways to the point he don't even see his actions anymore. You know, and like you say, he came in the rap game with the model of robbing and killing and stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, came in as a gangster, know how to rob.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But when it's time for you to come and do, like you say, something as simple as rap battle or do a rap versus, you feel that to the point where you lash out like a child or like a madman.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And like you say, the very sister who actually gets in the ring that fights, when it took her challenge,
Mm-hmm.
when it's time for you to take your challenge, it seems like you could think that you could run away from your situation by just talking down or talking at somebody about this to
Mm-hmm.
justify you not doing the thing that you should
Mm-hmm.
do. We
Mm-hmm.
were like, that's all. a Ti and 50 Cent versus. I know I would have watched it.
Yeah, true indeed.
You know, and it would have been love in the way it came or went down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm still striving to see exactly what his motive is and all that he's doing to try to destroy our culture. And with time, we will see who's involved with him and who's he running with for those circles to try to continue to tear down our culture and communities, opposed to help uplift us in some form.
Mm-hmm.
Because him doing movies and doing other things that he's doing does not help us in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. The movie that he's doing is not like it's so-called black centered or black culture to the point where it's actually educating our people in that
Mm-hmm.
respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things that go for what we call gangsterism and
Mm-hmm.
some of the lower sides of our culture. You
Mm-hmm.
know, using that now in mockery to big itself up through street chronicles and documentaries and basically showing the demise of our people,
Mm-hmm.
opposed to something positive that can actually help uplift us in some form.
Mm-hmm.
So still another part of distortion
Mm-hmm.
in my view.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody will distort the black culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not thing that we are attuned with, a thing that we fashion ourselves around. And the moment that one of us see that, we go to hammering down on those people with that product or whatever it is until they stop eating and buying it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to continue to watch street novels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's natural that you will fall into that realm of things because ultimately it's about financial gain for those brothers and sisters, in my view. In this case, for this brother.
Mm-hmm.
But I you the floor, brother. If you got anything you want to chime in on with that?
You hit it on the head, brother. That brother, man, he gotta do better, man. It's time for a different strategy, Curtis. It's time for a different strategy, and we we also seen another move made here. hmm Now we gonna say that for another time. See, we got a surprise for y'all. Yeah, we got a surprise. Yeah, we got a surprise for you, and it's gonna be real soon. We got a
Yeah, we'll
surprise.
do some additional. Okay.
You already know what I'm talking about, bro.
I
You
think
know
I
about
do,
that
my
bone.
brother.
You know about that bone we got. Yeah, we got,
Okay.
we got,
Come out
we
with
got. Yes, sir. Yes,
CT.
sir. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, cause we got some else for you too. Cause it's
Indeed.
showing he got a contradictory stance about himself.
hmm
And
hmm
like I said, the fat lady, she gonna sing on you, Curtis.
Right.
'Cause
From out of time.
you already know what they say about bullies.
Mhm.
You know what they say
Sir.
about bullies. Everybody know how the story always end for bullies.
No
So,
question, my
brother,
brother.
you gotta quit being a
hmm
bully to the culture, man.
No doubt.
I mean, quit bullying the culture, man. Quit, because you don't really know what you're doing, man. You could really be hurting somebody's feelings, man. Because I'm gonna tell you
hmm
something. When I seen Tiny, I think you really hurt her feelings, man.
Doubt.
I really do think you hurt her feeling because I can just tell. You can just tell. Some people just she looking at it like she ain't looking for nobody to be bothering her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
she ain't looking for nobody to be bothering her. I don't see her actually looking for no, especially not no man.
That's right.
I mean, she probably said if she get some smoke, it could probably be from a female. But
Right.
come on now, come on,
Right.
come on now, come on now, Curtis, man.
Right.
I'm
No doubt,
I'm about to
man.
start. I'm about to start calling you a quarter, man. I'm about to change it. Yeah, I'm about to change your name from 50 to a quarter, brother. Cause you showing some devilish behaviors, man, in the culture, man. We don't need that story going on in the culture. We got enough of that going on, man.
No
And
question, my
you and
brother.
you ain't no young boy no more neither now.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't no young boy
Indeed.
no more.
Right.
You got a son too now. You better think about you got a son looking at you, man.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why he don't mess with you. Maybe he right the whole time. Maybe him and the baby mama the one who right. Maybe you just really ain't nothing, man. How about that?
Mm, mm. Very possible, brother.
The
The
way it
way he
look
act,
like. There you go.
right? Because he had an issue with everyone, right? Nobody right in his act. And the only reason why Yayo and Murder deal with him because they feel like they're in a better position by dealing with him in that way, even from what scrutiny may come with dealing with it. So they'll accept that fact.
Yes, sir.
But you look around him, most brothers and sisters who done dealt with him, they're no
Hmm.
longer nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
You know?
Hmm.
So so it
Hmm.
make you wonder what type of individual he is when you start dealing with him for his personality and his characteristics and what he display. And some people was even questioning um his son, excuse me, T.I.'s son, Kane, and the way he went off on him. However, in my view, Kane was justified in his act.
Hmm.
You know, that's his mother.
Hmm. Hmm.
What did you expect that he was going to do and how he was going to feel about that? Mm. Or he didn't have to. Some see people in social media saying he didn't have to go that far. It wasn't that serious. Things like that. I'm like, you can tell a man ain't that serious about his mother being disrespected and laid out, displayed amongst the world. Brother, any final statements you have to say before we wrap up this presentation, my dear brother?
I mean, how can it get more serious?
Right.
I mean, how much more serious can it get messing with a black man mother?
Hmm.
Find some more serious than that. That's what you do. Yeah, find some more serious than that and come tell me about it. Yeah,
Okay.
So he get whatever he get on that, man. At period point blank, he get whatever he get on that, man.
Definitely.
Mm, He get what he get.
Yeah, I've been hearing some individuals definitely down in Atlanta and some of the southern regions. Like you say, he can't even come down there right now. They don't even want to see 50 nowhere in the perimeter places in those areas.
Mm-mm,
You
mm-mm.
know, and you and I already know how the youngsters is when they feel like they got to take off the elder who they think might be the bully. You know, it can get hectic. You
Yeah.
know, they find themselves dealing with beef and situations that they didn't expect
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because the heat is on.
Yeah, yeah, sure indeed.
So we'll see if you really about all those things you're saying that you're about. Because you say you talk about a man, you just expecting his mother and these young men at that. They don't feel the same way we feel about you as a 50 Cent, especially from
Mm-hmm.
some of the elders who maybe coming out of those circles and doing those time periods. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you just an old dude and talking smack.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for
And I'm,
real.
and I'm gonna show you who we are. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we definitely want to be careful now. For him and the way he trying to display himself out there within the aspect of the culture and going to different places. Now he might find himself being attacked by various organizations because of
Mm-hmm.
those things he spoke. Again, he spoke about a man, mother, and disrespecting the young man, mother, in front of the world. You know, I don't think he'd been less of a man if he didn't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My view.
Mm-hmm.
You But brother, if anything you need to say before we wrap up this presentation, my brother, you can say and do at this time.
We don't need no more culture vultures out here, man. We got enough of them, man. That what we
Mhm.
that's the main objective, man, for us to push a positive message out here to the generation, man, coming after us. And that we don't need all the bashing each other, especially bashing the black woman, man. You don't bash the sister, man. That ain't good. That ain't never good.
Right. Absolutely. Totally agree with you on that, my brother. Why slap the woman when a man is in your face? Right? Like you said earlier, that's a coward.
Yes, count.
You know. Yeah, man. I hope that that brother gets himself together. I don't know. He may need some type of counseling or some type of assistance in some form. I will
Mhm.
hope that 50 have to get those things, man. 'Cause like I say, he has too many competition, too many different people for to think that he's normal in most cases when it comes
Mhm.
down to other people's affairs.
Mhm.
Mm. Um, we do thank you all for tuning in to another presentation. If you all haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section. Um, I do thank you again, my brother, for coming in and co-hosting with me today.
True indeed,
Um,
G.
it's always an honor, my dear brother.
Same here, brother.
Indeed. And we ask that y'all continue to tune in to First Reaction. Again, I'm your host, Forever B, along with my co-host, Prince Lawyer. Do thank you for tuning in, and we ask that y'all continuously to have and stay at peace. Until next time, family, I send my love and peace out to you all. Peace, my brother.
Peace and blessings.
Indeed.